Hello students and viewers, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine and safe. This is your Arindam sir and you are watching Revision Learning. So students, I am back here today with another new topic, another new chapter, another new lesson. Today we will be discussing about social studies from class 7. And today we will see the chapter number 1, that is when, where and how. In this chapter, basically we will learn about the medieval Indian history and about its stories, about its nomenclature, about its dynasty, its rule, its political condition, economic condition and lots more. So without wasting any time, let's start our today's topic. Chapter number 1 from class 7 SST, when, where and how. The chapter name itself is a question. When, where, how. It means when the medieval history started, where it started or what happened during this time and how everything went during the medieval Indian history. So, before going to the medieval Indian history, first of all we have to know about the periodization of Indian history. Now, the Indian history has been divided into 3 periods. Ancient history, medieval history and modern history. Now the ancient history, also known as the Stone Age, is up to the 7th century. Till 7th century it was the ancient history that we have read in class 6. Now in this class basically we will go through about the medieval Indian history. The medieval Indian history started from 8th century and it went till 18th century. Now here, the 8th century to the 13th century is known as the early medieval period, and the 13th century from 13th century to 18th century it's known as the late medieval period. Okay, you can say these are the transition periods of the Indian history too. Now in the modern history it started from 18th century and we can say it's till now. So we will discuss modern history in class 8 later on. So basically let's focus now on the medieval Indian history. So the medieval Indian history, it went from 8 to 18 as I said you. So we can say that it went near about 10 to 11 centuries. Okay. During this time the Chalukyas, the Pallavas, Pandyas, Rashtrakutas, Rajputs, the Muslim rulers and finally the Mughals came. So in this entire medieval history we will know about them only. Okay. So let's now go to the medieval Indian history and during this time what exactly were there in India. Okay, so in the north of the Indian side or in the northern side of India, the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughal were the rulers. In which period, in which year, we will discuss it later on. Just a gist that I am, or you can say just the summary or just the beginning of the chapter that I am discussing with you, that during this medieval Indian history, in the northern side of India, there was a rule of the Delhi Sultanate and then Mughal. In the south, there was the rule of Cholas in the Vijayanagar. And during this period, especially the Rajputs and the Kastes evolved. So we have seen during this period of the Indian history that the Rajput community and the castes got developed, they got evolved. Later on we will see that in the chapter that in the Hindu society they are formed the Bhakti movement, and in the Muslim society Sufi movement. What is this Bhakti movement and what is this Sufi movement we will discuss later on in this chapter. And then we will see that in this medieval Indian history the Buddhism and the Jainism totally declined. There was a fall in the Buddhism and in the Jainism that was not there in the ancient history. Okay, so from this we will move to the nomenclature, that is what are the different names that was given to the India during that medieval period. So during medieval period India was known as Jambudvipa. Remember the spelling, like while reading you have to go through the spelling too, because some of the spellings will be very new for you all and some of you will think that it's very tough, so you have to go through the spellings nicely. So during the medieval period of India, India was known as the Jambudvipa. It means the land of rose apple trees. Now in Ashoka's inscription means what? It's the written form, or it's something which is written in the stones or in some monuments or in some structures and all. So in Ashoka's inscription, it was named as Bharatvarsha. So Ashoka, in his inscription, he wrote India's name as Bharatvarsha. Why? Because Bharata, the main tribe which took part in the battle of the 10 kings, Bharata was the main tribe, was one of a main tribe during that time, and that tribe took part in the battle of 10 kings, where 10 kings got united and they fought with one another. So from that battle, or from that tribe, you can say, Ashoka in his inscription he named India as Bharatvarsha. Then you can see that in the Avestan language means ancient Iranian language, it was named as Hepta Hindu. Okay. Now, based on Gangetic plans as Aryavarta. Based on Gangetic plans means Ganga had always some different plans, and based on the Ganga river, India was named as Aryavarta. Now in the Persian inscription. Now here one question you might arise, that the Avestan language and Persian inscription is almost same. Yeah, it's almost same, but Avestan language is the ancient form of the Iranian, or you can say the Persian language. But it was not written in the inscription form, but when the Persian made their own inscription, in the inscription, or you can say it's written in the medieval history of the Persian language, you can say that the Persian inscription, the India's name was given as Hindustan. The spelling is totally different, H-N-D-S-T-N, Hindustan. Okay. So I hope you have understood the difference between the ancient or the Avestan language and the Persian inscription. Now, under the rulers of Arab, Turkish, Afghans and Mughals, India was named as Hindustan. Now, before that, when we started our description or discussion, I said about the Delhi Sultanate. Delhi Sultanate exactly means the Muslim rulers who were from the Turkish or Afghans, who were basically Turkish and Afghans, from the Turkey country and from the Afghanistan country. Some of the Persian rulers are also there during that time, and some Arabs were also there, but basically the Delhi Sultanate rulers were from the Turkish or from the Afghans. Okay. So under those rulers or under the Mughals, India was named as Hindustan. Another Iranian scholar, his name was Al-Baruni. This Iranian scholar in 1017, he gave India a name Tariq al-Hind. It means history of India. So I hope that you have understood about the different nomenclature, different names during the medieval period of India. Now we'll see about the political condition. Now, talking about the political condition, in the beginning stage of the medieval Indian history, the political condition was not that much static, or you can say it was unstable. Why unstable? Because during that time, उस time पे जब political condition, उस time पे जो राजा हुआ करते थे, they used to change. Like they got change each and every time. हमेशा आज एक राजा तो कल एक दूसरा राजा, और कोई भी राजा का जो रेन होता था, जो टाइम ऑफ रूलिंग, इट वाज नॉट लॉन्ग. So for that reason, the political situation was not at all static. We will see here that in the northern side or in the central India, the last emperor ruler was Harshavardhana. Remember the names only, okay? That in the northern side and in the central India, the last emperor ruler was Harshavardhana. In south, it was Pulakesin II of the Chalukyas. Of the Chalukya dynasty, it was the Pulakesin II. But after them, there emerged 3 points of power. So, as I said you earlier, that उस time पे हर्षवर्धन और पुलाकेशिन के राज्य के बाद, उनके रूल के बाद 3 different powers evolve हुए थे. कौन से वो power थे? एक थे the Rashtrakutas from the Deccan place से Rashtrakutas, Malwa से गुर्जारा प्रतिहारास, एंड फ्रॉम बंगाल द पालस. सो इन 3 जगहों से ये तीनों लोग इवॉल्व हुए थे, एंड दे बिकेम द पावर और द पॉइंट ऑफ पावर. दे गॉट द पावर, एंड आउट ऑफ दिस 3, गुर्जारा प्रतिहारास फ्रॉम द मालवा, द चीफ ऑफ द गुर्जारा प्रतिहारास वाज नागाभट्टा, एंड द चीफ नागाभट्टा laid the foundation of their dynasty. So if the question arises like this, that who was the chief of the Gurjara Pratiharas, you have to say that the chief of the Gurjara Pratiharas was Nagabhata, and he laid the foundation of their dynasty where? In Kannauj and at Ujjain during the 8th century that continued till 11th century. So I hope that you have understood the political condition, but it was, as I said, till that much it was unstable. Now, the country witnessed some political stability with the rise of Delhi Sultanate in 1206 that continued till 1526. So, 1206 में कंट्री को मतलब इंडिया को थोड़ा पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी मिला. कैसे? जैसे ही वहां पे दिल्ली सुल्तानियत आ गए एंड दे स्टार्टेड देयर रूलिंग, दे स्टार्टेड देयर रेन, द कंट्री विटनेस सम पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी. ओके, बट the country though witnessed some political stability, but their social organization or their society was totally, you can say, destroyed by the Delhi Sultanate. They made some rules, or you can say some atrocious rules that were totally against the society, but being the ruler, they used their power, और society को तो उनको मानना ही था as it was the rule of Delhi Sultanate, so society have to abide them. So during that time, the social organization or the attitude of the Delhi Sultanate was how? We'll see now. The first, during Delhi Sultanate, उन्होंने क्या किया था? The Hindus had to learn Persian. Hindus जो basically संस्कृत language और संस्कृत text के ऊपर पढ़ाई करते थे, there they said that Hindus had to learn Persian. Hindus को भी Persian language मतलब पुराना जो ईरान अभी का जो ईरान है, ईरानी language सीखना पड़ेगा हिंदुओं को. Women were mostly confined to the four walls. Women को चार दीवारी पे ही रहना पड़ेगा, उनके बाहर आने का उनको इजाजत नहीं था. The women had to stay in the homes. They didn't have any freedom during that time. Then they imposed the child marriage. Child marriage को उन्होंने impose कर दिया था. And after this, another thing they imposed, polygamy in the society. Now this means that a person may have more than one wife or one husband. अगर कोई लड़का होता है तो more than one wife. अगर कोई बड़ी रानी या कोई ऐसी औरत होती है जिनके पास कुछ पावर हो तो उनके पास more than one husband हो सकता है. ये था polygamy. This is totally against the society rules and social people. So polygamy was introduced in the society, and lastly they introduced the bonded labor. Labor जो था वो एक बॉन्ड के अंदर था. बॉन्ड इन द सेंस दे हैड टू वर्क फॉर 2, 3, 4 years अंडर द सेम एरिया, अंडर द सेम किंग, बिकॉज वो उनके गुलाम थे. एंड एज दे वर दिस गुलाम्स, एज दे हैड साइंड देयर बॉन्ड, सो बीइंग अ बॉन्डेड लेबर दे हैड टू वर्क अंडर दोज पर्टिकुलर किंग for in a particular area for the time or for the time schedule that the particular king will set for them. उनको torture किया जाता था. There was lots of torture on them, and most importantly, they were treated as animals. They are not treated as humans or farmers or peasants or laborers. They were treated as animals. उनका wages जो था, the wages were very low and it was not regular. वो कभी कभी 3 महीने के बाद, कभी कभी 6 महीने के बाद उनको अपना wages मिलता था एक साथ, लेकिन 6 महीने के बाद, 3 महीने के बाद फिर उन लोगों को अपना कोई फ्रीडम नहीं था. दे हैड टू वर्क इन अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया. यहाँ से अगर वो निकलते थे देन मार पड़ती थी या कुछ भी पनिशमेंट मिलता था उनको. लाइक दिस वर देयर वर, यू कैन से दैट दे वर अंडर डीप प्रेशर, और उनके ऊपर बहुत जुल्म होता था उस टाइम पे. एज दे वर द गुलाम्स, दे वर द बॉन्डेड लेबर्स ऑफ द हायर क्लास पीपल और द किंग्स, okay, the royal family. So these are some of the things that during the Delhi Sultanate they imposed on the general people. So I hope that up to this much you have understood whatever I have explained. So today in this video, up to this only. In our next video we will be discussing more things about this chapter. Today we have seen about the political condition. Next day we will see about the economic condition. In our next video we will see about the economic conditions and different sources of the medieval Indian history. So till then, keep studying, keep learning, and don't forget to subscribe Revision Learning and press the bell icon so that you never miss any of our videos and updates. So students, take care, stay safe, and we'll see in our next video. Thank you.